A new study by McKinsey Global Institute shows that women are almost as likely to lose their jobs to automation as men. This was written up in the Wall Street Journal. The study suggests that up to 100 million women could be forced to find new work by 2030.
Eric Morath is a labor, economics, and policy reporter for the Wall Street Journal. He wrote that article, and he joins us now. Eric, thank you so much for being with us. Walk us through the study.
Yeah, so the study shows that 100 million women could need to find new jobs by 2030. In the United States, it's almost a quarter of women that are employed now will need to find a new job. And that's surprising because automation has tended to be something that's affected men who work predominantly or work more predominantly in factories. But that's changing. It's coming to finance, retail, the office. And as the automation expands, it's going to affect women in much greater numbers.
So let's talk about the jobs where you find more women working and the jobs that you say are at risk. You sort of gave us a couple of them there.
Yeah, almost 3/4 of sort of administrative assistant, secretary, clerical work is done by women in the United States and other developed countries. So that's a big area. It's already changing with software programs, but it's going to change more. Think of like Amazon's Alexa device. Think of that coming to the office and that doing scheduling and placing orders and even some bookkeeping, and that replacing human beings.
So how are women expected to survive this wave of automation? I mean, it sounds, it's funny. I just talked to somebody today who was talking about some of the innovations that are happening in his department. And I said, automation is coming even to the news business. And
it's been here.
And I was talking to a man and a woman, and they said, well, as long as it doesn't automate us out of a job. And I thought that was interesting that we had a conversation like that just this morning. True story.
Yeah, well, so that's women are going to need to expand their skill set. So having more technical skill, just being comfortable with technology. So take an example of a cashier. Well, that already is being automated away in many large retailers. So they're moving to things like helping fulfill online orders. But that means they need to be comfortable using computer systems, talking to customers in a different way. So it's more customer service. It's more intellectual and less, just sort of pressing the keys.
I'm sort of like struggling a little bit asking you questions about this because I'm thinking we're supposed to be beyond this idea of women's work and so on and so forth. But there's still clearly industries where there are more women doing the job than men, hands down, and that will probably happen in the future as well. So then what industries could women possibly be seeing growth despite this automation? Or because of it?
Sure. So part of this study found that actually women in the United States could benefit from the new jobs if they make the adjustment with skills, mostly because women dominate the healthcare field, and that's really the growth area of our economy moving forward. And automation actually could change that. Think of a nurse in a hospital. A lot of what they do behind the scenes is enter data, taking measurements, things of that nature. Well, as we have smart machines, better voice recognition, that could free up, caretakers to spend a lot more time with patients. So having more bedside manner as opposed to, quick keys on the keyboard can make the difference.
Remember when automation meant we would all be working 4 days a week? And
I know.
Yeah.
Rosy,
Never happened that way.
Tinted glasses. Eric, real quick, what was the impetus for this story? What did you notice? I mean, I'm always interested in what piques a reporter's interest to write a story and to investigate something like this.
Yeah, so this is the second study I noticed. Another one from the Institute for Women's Policy Research showed that in the U.S., women dominate the jobs that are most likely to be automated, the chances to be 90% automated. So I noticed these studies coming out, and it just sort of, growing up in the Midwest kind of pushes against my notion of automation means conveyor belts and factory robot arms. And, really it's going to mean, automated checkouts and artificial intelligence assistance.
Fascinating. Eric, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Happy to join you.